Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome. So today we are doing a full face of Made by Mitchell because I have the Truth Tint. I finally picked it up. I've been umming and ahhing about buying this ever since it came out, and when it comes to tints, like as you guys can see, my skin is very sensitive and I have to be very careful what I use on my skin these days. But I've been seeing quite a few reviews about the tint, and I kind of felt like it seemed right up my street, so I decided to pick it up. I picked it up on TikTok Shop. I don't know why I kind of got it on TikTok Shop. I could have just got it on Beauty Bay and for the standard price, because on Beauty Bay I do have a hall pass, so I would have essentially just got it free shipping. But I think on TikTok at the time you could save like £1 and that kind of got me a bit excited. But then the shipping was £4.80 or something like that for kind of like next day. I didn't need it next day, but there was just two options and the difference was I think like 50p or something, so I thought I might as well just get the £4.81. So it technically cost me a lot more to get this than I normally would have. But yes, I got the shade TT1, and there were quite a few shades sold out on his TikTok shop, so I kind of was looking at what could kind of do the best for me, and I kind of feel like this is probably going to be the best. So it comes in this kind of little tube or whatever you want to call it, and when you shake it, I think it's got a ball inside. I'm not too sure. I could be, yeah, there we go. To kind of shake it up, because I mean, I've had this for almost a week, and I haven't had a chance to use it because I've been working. So today we are going to try it out. So this is a sheer skin tint, and I know that on his videos he's been using like a brush and stuff, but I'm going to use a brush on one side and a sponge on the other side, because that's just how I like to test out my foundations, because I like to use either. So we are going to start off with this and then we'll work our way to other Made by Mitchell products. So let's go in with this first. I'm going to put it on my ISO Clean palette because I don't like putting products on my hand for my own personal hygiene. I mean, I just don't. So yeah, you can get this normally for like £16, and he also released his concealer, which is like a balm. I'm gonna start off with a really tiny amount and go from there. But the balm itself, I think, is like £14, and I was like, I don't need it right now. So I thought to myself, let's just get this first, and then maybe in the future, if I really want to try it, I'll pick that up. So I'm going to take my Made by Mitchell sponge that I've had for quite a while. I think I got it in like a mystery box or a mystery bag, so to speak. So we're going to start on one side. The only thing I have on my skin is just like a moisturizer, because I haven't picked up they came out of a primer as well. They came out with quite a few products. So yeah, we're going to start off with the sponge first, because sponges tend to sometimes give me a better coverage. So let's give this a go. We're going to start on this side and blend it. I've seen him use it on so many different models, but I haven't really seen him use it on a sensitive skin type of model, and one that has kind of like pigmented skin, because obviously that is me. So I'm just going to tap this in, and straight away I see nothing. That's fine. We're just going to kind of build it up, because I've got my palette just on the side here. So we're just going to kind of blend it and see how it goes. I don't have a brush, like a face brush by him. I just have like a kind of one or two brushes that I don't feel would really work for this kind of tint. Okay, I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer because I'm pretty sure you can't see anything. Okay, now that we're a little bit closer, I mean, I don't feel like it's doing anything. I mean, I'm doing a different camera angle today because the stuff in my background is I can't move it, so it's just fine. So I mean, I'm kind of tapping in as I go along, but it's not really covering anything. I mean, when you look on each side, it hasn't done much. So what I'm actually going to do is try a brush, because I sometimes feel, depending on the brush, like a stippling brush, it will give me a lot more coverage. So I've still got a bit more on here that I'm just going to use. And this is a brush by Not Cosmetics, and it's really nice, kind of strong stippling brush. Like, I could use it so many times and cleaned it so many times, and it's still nice and tough. So I'm just gonna tap this in. Okay, it hasn't done anything. So I'm just gonna kind of go back in with a little bit more. See, this is what I try and not do with like foundations and stuff like that. I don't want to put on too much because it will just waste the products and it will make it look cakey and just kind of not do what it's supposed to do, because I'm pretty sure with tints like this you're not supposed to pile it on and do like so much. I'm actually just going to blend it all over now because the sponge didn't really do anything. So whatever I've kind of just got left on here, I'm just going to blend in. Okay, now that I'm kind of looking at it from a different light, I can see it's given me a slight coverage. Like when I talk about tints, I try not to compare it to the Maybelline Stay Tint, because that I feel is more of a foundation, and that is such a like full coverage, longevity kind of tint. And I feel like other tints that I've tried um, don't really do the same thing. So I don't try and compare all the tints that I try, because they just have different reasons and different formulas and things towards them, which is fine. But this is kind of, it's given me something. It's definitely given me um, some coverage to cover my redness, because the main purpose of what I use foundations for, obviously, is to give me another like skin like cover so I can cover up my redness, because I am quite sensitive about it, because it's not something nice that well, it's not something that I like having. So trying to find a good foundation, trying to find a good tint is important to me. So this, I feel like, has done a pretty decent job. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite kind of foundation slash tints that I've tried, because I feel like it could maybe do a little bit more coverage, but I feel like using a brush for me is so much better. So we're going to just quickly go on to like the rest of the makeup. So I've been picking up Mitchell's stuff since he kind of launched, which has been about a year or two now. I'm pretty sure it's been longer than that. I remember seeing him for the first time, I think on Jeffree Star's channel, which no one really kind of talks about anymore, because I'm pretty sure he got his kind of height and fame because he did like Jeffree Star's makeup. So now he's like got his like multi-million company now. I'm sure it is multi-million, because he sells so much on TikTok and his website and blah blah blah. And yeah, I've been following him for quite a while, so it's pretty nice to see brand just grow and grow. So I'm going to go in with the blush balm now, and this is in the shade A Shy Boy. So this is quite a deep shade than I'd like to normally go for, but I've used this quite a lot on my channel, so I tend to just take it on a brush and just tap it in. And there's so many different like blushes that he's come out with. So of course his blush is his like biggest seller, because they are just multi, oh my god, I think I put way too much on. I can't even tell on my phone because the lighting is very different. It was not intentional for me to look like a clown today, which is what I do on a regular basis. I'm just going to tap that out. But yeah, his blushes are definitely, I would say, his biggest seller, because they have so many colors. They're always on some kind of discount, because he always has like a sale on his TikTok shop. I know some of them you can get for like £4.50, and you can get some of them for a lot more affordable prices, and they are really nice. I mean, some of the shades are not for me. Like if I've ever got like a mystery box or something like that, I tend to not try or keep all of them, because some of them color wise are just not for me, and I think sometimes they just dry out a bit quickly. So now that I've blended this in, I look more human. I'm just going to go in with a blush to kind of give me a bit of highlight. So this is in the shade Dragon Fruit. So I don't think I've actually used this. And I'm not going to put it straight onto the face. I'm just going to kind of add some of it on my palette. This is why I love this ISO Clean palette. I love it so much. I've literally had it for about a year or two, and it is amazing. So I'm just going to kind of tap this onto my cheek, and I'm going to kind of give it a slight glow, because I do have I have the oh my god, what is it? The drip drip. I don't know where it is in my collection at the moment, which I would love to have used today, but I just it's fine. It's not everyone knows what drip drip is, everyone knows what it looks like. And this I thought I would just use as like a highlighter because it's pretty nice. So now that I've got that kind of on, so when I said they have different types of drip drips, I mean they have like mattifying ones and obviously like the shimmer ones. And of me filming this, he's just come out with a curved case that is like cream highlighters, which looks stunning. I really want to get it, but it's not kind of on top of my list of things to buy right now because I have a lot more things that I need to get. But yeah, let's move on to the eye. So the only thing that I have is one of his color cases, and I've used this quite a few times on my channel. I mean, with this, you only need like the tiniest amount. Honestly, these are crazy, crazy pigmented, and always they don't dry out. Like I was kind of hesitant in the beginning to kind of get them, but now that I think I got it for a really cheap price. I think I'm really happy that I got it. I haven't used it in a while because I just haven't really had a need um, to kind of use it. But I mean, I haven't really been doing any creative looks at all. So I thought I might just use a couple of the kind of like pinkier reddish tones. Just to kind of speed things up because I don't want to be nattering on too long about this. So I just went in really simple with like two colours. So I'm going to go in now with the All Smudge No Fudge in the shade Legendary. So I have had this for a while, and again I've had it in a mystery box that I just haven't had a chance to use. I don't know why. I tend to just have just like left it, but I'm just going to use it kind of on my lower lash line to kind of get that red pop in. Okay, and the last thing that we have now is one of his lip glosses and well, his lip beams, and this is in the shade nude mode. So again, this was in a mystery bag, and I'd sometimes when I picked up mystery bags, I know the whole point of them is a mystery, and sometimes I'm kind of like some of these products are really exciting to try, and some I have already. So I mean, this I have used before, and it's really nice. I mean, it's not too tacky. I'm not a big fan of lip glosses anyway, but this is the kind of lip product that I have. So let's get this on. There we go. So I'm not adding like too much on, but what I really love about his products are that they're so like multi-use products. Like even that curved case, you can use it as blushes, as lip products, as eye products, and this and that. And people have used these cases for like a full face of makeup essentially. And yeah, this is my finished look. So the main focus that we had today is on this tint, and as someone who I've mentioned before really wants to cover up their skin, really wants to hide any kind of like imperfections, this I think does a decent job. I wouldn't say it does a perfect job because I still have a bit of redness coming through. I think shade match wise, really good. I actually quite proud of myself that this was a shade that I could obviously use because sometimes I go way too pale and it doesn't work for me. But I felt like this is kind of like my perfect shade, and it was lucky because all the other shades were sold out, so that kind of worked for me. But I think coverage wise, it's not going to do a massive, massive coverage job for me personally. I will probably use it maybe during the summer when I probably put a bit of SPF on, put a bit of the tint on, just to give myself a small amount of coverage because I don't want to be wearing heavy, heavy makeup, which I tend to do on a regular basis. But you know what? For his kind of complexion products, I think this is in the middle of stuff that I've been really enjoying. So I will eventually pick up the balm concealer, but again, it's not on top of my kind of to buy list. And if they ever do a sale, I'm all over it because I love myself a sale. But Yeah, let me know if you've picked up this truth tint at all, what you think of it, if you are a sensitive, a sensitive skin kind of person, or if you have pigmented skin, how does this work for you? You know, what primer did you use or anything like that, like tools wise, because I'd love to know. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias because I'm always active on there and appreciate you sitting down and listening to me ramble on. I will see you soon. Bye bye.